Hey guys, it's Rindy. Welcome to my office. My kids are jumping around in the living room, which is right through that door. So this may get a little obnoxious. We'll hope it doesn't. Anyways, you are in my office today instead of in my vanity area because I wanted to do a makeup inventory. So I am here in front of my computer and I'll be looking up this way to read you my numbers. So this is going to be an inventory as of July. I purchased a few things this past weekend, which was like August 11th-ish. And so I haven't added those to my inventory yet. I wanted to do July before I updated and did my August so that I can add this for the future in January so I can compare as we go. So as of July, this is the inventory that I have. So for face primers, in January, I had 2. And for July, I had 3 because I had gotten a new one in BoxyCharm. Now, I will say I am panning one in a project, so stay tuned for that. It's right along those lines, so I'll be down to 2. So for foundations, I had 6 in January, and now I am at 4. I had used up the cream to powder that I had mixed together, and once I mixed it together, it was really hard to work with, so I would not recommend mixing a cream to powder foundation to get your shade like in the pan. So for face powders, I had 4. If you included the baby powder that I use occasionally to set really sticky foundations. And I am now down to 3, including that same baby powder. So I'm down by 1 powder. My lipstick's getting all weird. This is why I always need a lip liner, right? So ignore that. So I panned one pan in the face palette that I had been using as a setting palette or setting powders instead of highlights because they weren't very highlighty. So for concealers, I had 5, and it was 2 that were under eye brightening, 2 that were blemish cover, and 1 that's color correcting. And I still have that same number in that same order, probably all the same concealers. Maybe I need to pan them because they're starting to go bad. For blush, I had 18 blushes in January, excuse me. And I am up to 21 thanks to BoxyCharm and the NARS Orgasm blush that I got as my birthday present in April from Ulta. I believe that was the Ulta one. So that is what came in that for blush. So I'm up by 3. For bronzer, I had 3 in January. I have the same 3 in July. The same with highlights. I had 6 in January, and I still have the same 6 highlighters. For contours, I had 3, and I still have the same 3, but I have pan in every one of them now, so making progress. And if I don't have more contour, it's not going to hurt my feelings once those are used up. For setting spray, I still have the same 1 that I had in January. For eye primer, I had 2 in January. And that was a aloe vera that I use as a shadow primer, seeing if it worked. And then a pan, which you saw me pan in, which one? Fire and Ice? I believe it's in Fire and Ice, or was in Fire and Ice. So now I am down to just that aloe vera. And, well, as of July, I was down to just that aloe vera. This past weekend, I picked up a new shadow primer, so I have one other than the aloe. But I had 1 as of July. So for eyeshadow, I had 218 pans. And I went back and watched my last video, or my first video, and I had said I had 215, but my inventory added up, like my Excel added up all my numbers, and it says I had 218. So I was probably wrong in the video doing, math in my head than I was for, We'll trust the computer, maybe, occasionally. So now for eyeshadows, pans. So this is every pan in every palette, everything. I have 270. So that includes creams, powders, everything, loose glitters, you name it. So I am up to 270, but I have gone down. And some of the depotted shadows you've seen me panning over the different projects. I went from 94 of those to 88 of those. So my numbers have gone down, as well as that one palette. The one cream palette I've been putting in projects. That one is down to having 2 left, both with substantial amounts of pan in them. So it's going down, but I am acquiring more from BoxyCharm. I have actually purchased a couple of things that have intrigued me. So that's up to 270 from 218, but I'm not mad. I'm not looking to like be a minimalist or anything. I'm just looking to keep track of what I have so I can rotate through it, like I said in my first video. So for eyeliners, I had 18 at the beginning of the year, and now I am up to 21. That includes the double-sided one that I am panning, having been finished off, spoiler alert. So that's 2 that are out in my inventory. So that means I have actually gained, 5 instead of the 3 that my inventory says. But like I've said, I want to roll through my stuff, not hoard it and never use it. So for mascara, I had 1 mascara in January, and now I have 4. However, none of them are the same. One is right at the very end of its life, and so I had just opened, like last week, a second one, and I'd picked up 2 new because there was a buy one get one half off at Ulta for a mascara I actually like. So I bought a waterproof one and a regular one on that sale. So I have 4. 1 is going to be out very soon. 1 is just coming in, and 2 are brand new, waiting to be opened. For brows, I had 4 in my last inventory video, and I still have 4 now. However, I had the Winky Lux pencil that I had used up, and I just got another one, so that is rolling through as well. For lipsticks, now lipsticks, and I do have January, April, July on here, so let me tell you how lipsticks work. I had 35 in January, so in April I am showing I had 39. And now I am at 38. I've used up quite a few samples. I did pan 1 full-size bullet, and that is reflecting July because this past weekend, I did purchase some lip products, and so that number will increase for the next inventory. On lip glosses, I had 21 in January, and I'm down to 20. However, I panned the mini, and all of this includes anything that I have in mini size or sample size too. So I panned 1 sample of the Plumpachino gloss, and I also panned the Sparkle gloss, and I don't have a actual shade on that, but the Sparkle gloss by Avon, that's in my lip service. So I was down by 2, but I also got a new one back into my inventory through BoxyCharm. So that's where those numbers reflect. For lip liners, I had 5 in January, and now I am up to 8. I purchased a new Universal because the Universal clear pencil that I have is almost gone. So that one is waiting to be opened till my other one is gone. And then I also purchased 2 NYX suede matte lip liners that match the NYX suede lip glosses or lip creams. Are they suede lip creams? That's one of the new ones is what I'm wearing today. But so I had purchased 2 NYX lip liners to match those colors because I was told that it works better if you have the matching color than with a Universal. So I have 3 more this time, and I'm using them as it goes. So perfume. I had 14 in January. That's including all the perfume samples and minis and everything else. And I am down to 10. And that I am happy with. I only have 2 perfume samples left, and I will say that's a lie. I have 2 plus the one in my camper, but I'm not counting that one because I like having those teeny tiny ones in the camper when we go traveling. So I have a mini in the camper that I'm not counting because that one needs to stay there, not get panned. So I have 2 left in the house that are counting towards my inventory. And I am happy with that. And once I use these samples, I can move on to panning some of my bigger perfumes and see how long those actually take. So that number's at 10 for body sprays as well. I had 10 in January and I am down to 7. I used up my 2 samples, which I believe the last one is going to be in my Mini Madness update this month. And I used up one of the smaller 2-ounce body sprays. So that is where that is. Now for a nail polish, you remember I had 158 polishes between colors, glitter top coats, treatments, top coats, base coats, and the dry like glitters and the little bally things that were trendy and everything else. So I had 158 and I am down to 148. So I am down by 10 polishes, which is awesome to me. And I'm still going. I'm panning still those minis, which are counted in this. So I'm panning minis. So that is good. That is where that is at. So finally, lip balms. You remember I had 52 lip balms. And I've gone through a few of them. But I've also located, here comes the husband. I also located as I clean house, as I gone through everything else. Here he comes. Say hi.
I'll let you record my
as I've gone through and like gone through the house, gone through my dresser, gone through like all the things that I didn't round up in the last one. I am at 154 now. And so I think I've acquired, I can tell you, I've acquired 2 that weren't in my inventory, but I know I've used some up too. So I know my number wasn't accurate at the beginning, but now I'm pretty sure it's accurate, but don't quote me. But I acquired 2 because I got a new one of those duos that has the lipstick and balm that go together. And I was at the fair a couple weeks ago and didn't have a chapstick, and one of the booths was giving out the free chapsticks, so I took one because I needed it really bad because I was helping in the kitchen for cross country. So I acquired 2 new ones, but I'm pretty certain that I've panned a few, and it's not reflecting because my number wasn't accurate in the beginning. So overall number of products that I had 534 total products in January, and I am up to 636, and that seems like a lot to me. My overall value, which I am also looking at, now this doesn't include the value of my nail polishes because they're old. I only have value of new things that I've either purchased or came in BoxyCharm that I've known the value of. So the overall value of values I can identify through BoxyCharms, through what I paid through Google, is $2,215.57. Now, if I go into skincare and everything else, it's way more than that. But I'm not keeping track of that because I'm not. I maybe should, but eventually maybe I'll get that on like a separate spreadsheet or something. But that is my inventory for July. I'm going to go and add in what I've bought so far in August. And I will come back next January probably and do the same thing and keep a tally on my inventory. I am still getting BoxyCharm. I've been enjoying getting BoxyCharm, so those products are still coming in. We'll see how much longer I'm getting BoxyCharm, because as we go along I'm getting more and more that I'm like, I already have all that. So I've kept palettes that I've gotten in BoxyCharm as gifts for other people instead of adding them to my inventory, to my collection. Those are just going to be given away. So at the same time, I'm paying $21 and getting some gifts that are very nice for nieces. And so it's a horse apiece, maybe. That's my dad's phrase, and my husband thinks it's funny. So anyhow, that's my inventory for July. And until the next time, I will talk to you all later.